Hey, what's up, everybody? That was one of the craziest endings to a game I think I've seen in my entire life. I've never watched a football game that ended like that in the final few minutes of the game. That was just crazy. All I can say is I'm so happy the Packers actually came out with a win because, I mean, my goodness, I did not, with Mason Crosby missing three field goals. I didn't think it was going to go our way. I didn't think it was going to end up going our way. First off, we have that missed field goal with, what was it like? The first one was around 2 minutes or so left to go in the fourth quarter. He misses a field goal. I was like, shoot, okay. Then the Bengals go in there. They don't score. They don't get any points. And it comes back to the Packers. So the Bengals kicker missed that field goal. Then it comes back to the Packers. Aaron Rodgers gets Mason Crosby in the field goal range. If he kicks it, he makes it to end the fourth quarter. And he misses it once again. Felt terrible once again. Then he goes out there for the coin toss, gets the wrong one. They start with the ball. And then Joe Burrow throws that beautiful pass. I mean, beautiful for the Packers, right, to Devondre Campbell. Don't know who he was throwing to there. Maybe a ghost. He didn't see someone else there. But Devondre gets the ball. And at that point, I was like, okay, the Packers got this one. We'll be in field goal range. It should be an easy field goal. But then Mason Crosby decides to, he didn't decide to. He just missed it. He misses it once again. And then the Bengals kicker also misses it once again. And I was just sitting there like, is this real life? Am I dreaming? Am I about to wake up from a dream? And then Mason Crosby comes back and makes the game-winning field goal, redeems himself, and the Packers come out with a victory in that game. And the craziest part for me is that as the game, like right before Mason Crosby came on to kick the game-winning field goal, my TV turned to the Cowboys game, so I missed the game-winning field goal. It just went to the Cowboys. And so I have no idea why they did that. I do live in Texas. Those of you guys know this. I live in Texas. They turn on the Cowboys game right before Mason Crosby's field goal. So I watched the highlight on Twitter. So it was just a weird experience. It was a weird game. All I can say is I'm very, very glad the Packers came out with a victory there. So now I want to go through this game, sort of give my thoughts on it. It's pretty much, been overshadowed by the crazy ending with all those missed field goals happening. All I can say is happy that Mason Crosby finally made when the Packers come out of here currently 4-1. So now let's take a look at this overall game besides all the craziness, sort of what went down in this one. So one of the bigger things coming into this game was the offensive line, as has been a pattern for the Packers. Just with all the injuries we've had on the offensive line. Josh Myers was out this game, and then it came out earlier today before the game that Elton Jenkins wouldn't be playing in this one. And so Lucas Patrick started at center for the Packers. And the Bengals were getting pressure lots of this game. They only sacked Rodgers 2 times, but the entire game they were getting in his face, they were getting pressure. But still, regardless, Aaron Rodgers had a pretty solid game, 27 for 39, 344 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 103 rating. He did throw that one pick. I think it was in the first quarter, I'm pretty sure. Throws that one pick, but since that point, he had a pretty solid game overall. And the biggest performance, I'd say, for the Packers, Davante Adams put on a show, 11 receptions, 206 yards, 1 touchdown. He was targeted 16 times. So he balled out in this one. Nothing new for Davante Adams. And then if we take a look at Joe Burrow and sort of how he played in this game, obviously with Jair Alexander injuring his shoulder last week, then he gets placed on the IR yesterday. Going to be out the next few games. My question was, are the Packers, is the Packers secondary going to be able to hold up against Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins? They have a pretty solid, wide receiver group over there. So we have Eric Stokes out there, Kevin King, he got injured later, and then Shannon Sullivan in there at cornerback. Jamar Chase had a monster game, 6 receptions, 159 yards. Outside of him, though, no one else really did that well for the Cincinnati Bengals receivers. The next guy was T. Higgins, had 5 receptions for 32 yards. So Jamar Chase definitely torched this Packers defense. But overall, Joe Burrow, 26 for 38, 281 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Packers did get a total of 2 interceptions in that one. So, Joe Burrow I think he had a pretty solid game. Not lights out, obviously, with those 2 picks there. But outside of Jamar Chase, the Packers did an all right job. So one positive for this game for the Packers defense definitely when it came to, getting pressure on Joe Burrow. Sacked him in this game 3 times. So it's good to see that the Packers are getting pressure. I'd say earlier in the season, the first game or two, they definitely were struggling in that area. But in this game, we came in here, we're getting, consistent pressure, I'd say, on Joe Burrow. The only, I'd say, big problem this Packers defense is having, or one of the problems this Packers defense is having, is our inability to stop teams in the red zone. I saw some stat during the game where I think it's like now 17 times in a row the opposing offense, when they've gotten to the red zone versus the Packers defense, they have scored. So the Packers red zone defense has been absolutely terrible. So that is definitely something this Packers team needs to clean up heading into the future. But I'd say there are lots of bright spots. Definitely some things to work on, as always, for this Packers defense. So I'm just glad the Packers got out of this game with a win, considering how crazy it was, to end that game. And hopefully the Packers can, win some games by a few more points so we don't have to deal with the stress of constantly watching field goals. That was definitely the most, anticipation at the end of a game, having to watch field goal after field goal after field goal, thinking you're going to win, thinking you're going to lose, thinking you're going to win, thinking you're going to lose, and then just complete madness in the game. But luckily the Packers pulled it off, so that's all that really matters in the end. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more Packers content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.